3 o'clock. I had Asempa 94.7. Minerals Commission be able
check what's up.
That's what that 7 him say yeah, well, after the update on what is happening, so update of all the buildings where we've gotten to. Then we get to maybe a key conversation on this matter of mining in a year. You can't say these are quiet. Oh, okay. So Ayisi means until settle cry so much as said in your metro.
Okay. Shall see.
A team patron was joining Minerals Commission Chief Executive Yawa Debia said yes here no and waba any bidding common and common in your mammy no any budget update on a year structures I would do a year or more able to up across the districts, across the regional capitals for Minerals Commission. Yes, share some common as in tea. All my update on that. Now, fi yaba on this matter of a year forest and so yes, it from a good year and I'm the Kwanso and also El Honum. So that's it. On that note, the first building, what are we seeing?
Okay, so on my end, last week I couldn't make it. I'm program BRC. So I said, let me just come and talk about and then they send me back because next week I may not be available.
I see.
May I arrange before from a slot to discuss mining matters.
Oh, good.
So on my end, one of the problems I have this country is the performance of many of our public institutions. And culture sometimes lack of resources, whether say nipa and sometimes the quality of the staff and sika to procure the various problem, whatever. We know them. I mean, maybe in this country, we call reporting my police say Obia Bawasuma na Obia Bibi na Omeka Johnson Monica. Okay. And then they will tell you, say, oh, Ubetimia high taxi and more man. There are two things. Either you get them a taxi, they go with you to the crime scene, and now over court, then they'll come later. Do you understand? I think it's a thing of the past now, and I will still.
That's all. It
depends on the area.
Yeah, depending on the area.
But depending on the area. But by and large, I think things have improved.
Yeah.
I'm sure my headquarters will say yes. A lot of things have improved. So it's not just speculative police. A lot of public institutions, like over the years. But I think by and large, I had the power to resource a host of them. I mean, BBA Accra. Now, for us at Minerals Commission, don't joke with what I'm coming to say. Mining and a crow.
Mining.
Oh yes. Now say I mean more figures.
All the figures,
and that is not to say all is well. Media tell it as it is. If I come and sit here as a CEO of the Minerals Commission that regulates mining, and then now me catch say oh be a cleaner na me boa, and now all our problems have been resolved, and then I'm lying to you. That I won't say that because minimum said then I'll be lying to 35 or so million Ghanaians. So see, I'm 35.
Yeah,
30 okay. So if you want, if you have an institution like Minerals Commission, regulating mining with companies, mining said be almost casting Ghana. You have to sit up. In Canada, so hellish. With the diagram before we need so because make sure the market cap. May share budget of some of the mining companies on Muwaha. With the diagram,
which you false.
The other day I was telling you, into any France Bob match, and then Mbappe is a striker. You cannot just have an ordinary defense.
There be Udiagro.
Defense is leaky, and them says, "Oh, we have a so." Wow. So look, let's get serious. All in all, what am I saying? I just want to say, sir, for an institution like Minerals Commission, if you don't equip that institution in terms of human resource and tools, then we could as well go and sleep.
Say, yeah, you say equip.
And then that means you are not serious. Wow, because say if you have not less than 45% of everything that you export in this country from that comes from mining, there were company to send Newmont. They deal with billions of dollars. Okay, Goldfields billions, and we go to Ashanti. You cannot just have an ordinary regulator. Some of the mines are Ayisi, you know, it's about $1 billion. It be a $600 million and all those things. It be an underground. Wow, electrical installations, ventilation, you know, all those things. One, you should be able to have the men. Two, not just have the men, they should be properly trained. It's like having a good coach. And you know, how do you get up as a regulator? Then you send your inspectors, whether it's electrical, normally that's inspector electrical, because there are a lot of electrical workings there, and now machinery, so that's mechanical engineers, and now mining engineers and co. You see, you send them to a place like Newmont, Kenya, underground workings, almost underground, and almost surface. This year, Cromberry over 700,000 ounces. We they multiply it by 2,000 per year. That's almost over 1.5 billion. Who run underground? Wow, Charlie, they are very sophisticated. Wow, BBI software, BBI digitization, and then now what's an inspector say on-call inspection. Now the whole idea say to send an inspector to the mine is to make sure say BBI fine. Accident in sea. Mine boom came. Well, and confirm people can go underground and come alive. Until I said, when you enter there, you have to make sure, say, look, the ventilation system is perfect, correct. Wow, signs are properly placed. In fact, those who are working underground are properly certified to work underground. So what car? Do you drive?
I drive.
Can you drive an articulator?
David.
Why?
Because my lines didn't articulate.
And it's open source driver articulator. And even that one, you have to be tested. Wow, it is the same thing that happens on the mine. The fact that you are a mining engineer and the say, oh, you can just go underground and work. Say, yes, certify. Wow, oh, your doctor who needs some type of specialization, operation be on to me here. It is the same principle here. Almost every GP, who cut down on now any clinic, Nippon Bishop. Do any, I know who do as soon as back or check general practitioner. Obi a Lagos 6 or 4 years, I don't know whether it's the same number of years like a time. Wow, now every GP could be moving 10-15 years experience. Also, so no, over trade do man now because of we co specialist. Wow, now I deal with your operation. It's about refer to be a specialist. Or anything, you know, say, let's say, mine manager of an underground mine. You see, he also first certain certifications to be able to get there. As a main your examination, you improve, say, yes, you are certified to operate this machine. You are certified to be a ventilation engineer. Yeah, certification, more. Yes, it's not that they just employ anybody. Your power is papa. For example, who need mine manager certificate? You can be the operator of the mine. So you say Ghana, and you be an army commander. Debbie. And you be an navy commander. Debbie. So you some type of training. We also be quite a brigadier, and I can by a catch a way by virtue of the training. On to me, into Raso Jamu as a medical doctor. And wage you 37 no you can an brigadier want to me by army commander. Wow, because you are a medical doctor, you are not trained minimum almost be infantry or whatever to become an enemy commander. There so you're engineer near found you are an engineer, you cannot because you are not trained for that. It sounded the same way. Before you can sign financial statement, you have to be a chartered what? Accountant. So answer me profession in law. You need to be called to the bar. Into call Oxford now, law, you're even the best and qualify in UK. You still have to come here and test you. Wow, so are you good in Ghana's law too? Some of the things don't make with Yama because it's the same thing. But nobody will teach you constitutional law, customary law in UK. Into by itself, wow, it's the same thing. So, and yes, so a mining engineer and a metallurgist can foul at the mine, though. You're very foul, but you have to go through certain things. At certain levels at the mine, no, they cannot give you certain job. But before I continue, Omahini, finally, Adia Mepeno, Abem.
Good.
Now, Newmont, the MD is now a Ghanaian.
What?
Yes. My choice, Abem.
Almighty
Newmont, the managing director of Newmont, Africa, or a Ghanaian, based here. Young guy be 40 BB, your friend Rama. Normally, no call Peru as managing director. Me checking your profile on Lego on your first class. 3.94 over 4. Until he's just been appointed, but he was an immediate past managing director of Newmont, Peru.
Oh, this is
good. So right now, the big person goes was Ghanaian. Newmont now Ghanaian.
Yes, it's a back a crack.
Oh, yeah, sister. Me, I've been telling them, time, uncle. Wow, and then Obuasi, Oma appointing new managing director. Honestly, a Ghana. Wow, no, the MD of Idua Prim, and the only advert BBR. So he has moved from Idua Prim now. So Obuasi, the MD is Ghanaian. Newmont is now Ghanaian. Raman.
But you are pushing.
Oh, we have to. Very important. Yeah, being Omoko fan from you see, some Kadibia said, Omonko, they went and brought him from Peru. He has been with Newmont until they call US side, or then he was appointed managing director of Newmont, Peru. Peru is a major producer of gold in the world. And then I said, no, the bear 2-3 years. He just come down. That is it. So all the mines are run by Ghanaians. In fact, I can mention about 4 or 5 mines. Everybody is Ghanaian. So for example, Ufa Idua Prim, the 740 workers, Ubia Ghanani, everybody. From MD to the last person. Okay? Ghana Box are the same thing. Even FGR, which is having some challenges.
Taking over.
We have taken over. I can't see cat side, you know. Ghanaians are running their mind. Omahini, look, let me repeat. I joined Minerals Commission 2nd April 2002. How many years ago?
2002.
That's about 24 and a half or so years ago. That time, this can never happen. But we knew. I mean, because of Ejuma, Sam June and Kofi and Samuel, yeah, betwaso. Wow, Ejuma, Sam June and Kofi and Samuel, that's what has brought us this far. We said some of us saw it coming. Because those is Ghana, no qua, no the hobbies are. You come meet your open Abrofun qua, Uko Clubhouse, Abrofun qua, those is your come mine, we are. And then, you come meeting with presidents and now your friend meeting, you don't see any white face. Now I'm saying, I call all the managers and directors in charge of supply chain of all the mining companies. I didn't see any black man there. Ghana Kasa.
Fantastic.
We speak the language of the Ghanaian, the thinking.
And what productivity?
Everything. And I tell them what they must hear. We've come very far. And some of them, it was a conscious, let me tell you something. Mining sector, one for senior Mabia. NC. So some of them are dada. But Ebimun giddy.
No,
with Emra. Giddy by force.
Ebi
or Emrani in until we have no Mukasana. As or bow, girlfriend, why, they be an old bluffo. I know penny behavior be changing. Why, cry now or show another person because background now some way. Complaints, do our limit. Our limit. Sanity. So those days, now, like if you like voluntary, try to Debbie, do baby, I also know. One for Sia or Munsisa. So, giddy, we started changing some of the laws. especially baby our capacity. Into a net and yet possible. Say expatriate be my manager in Ghana.
Baby,
Udiba, your normal season, young fan is an army commander. Well, in at the mine, you know, the mine rises and falls on the mine manager. Into chief inspector of mines or ram mine hoa or whom problem be or the swan mine manager. It's like ministers is here or TBB about minerals commission or anything. He's not going to call even the person who has been mentioned. Me or Befremi. CEO come. What is this that I've read about me commander? This person has done this. I need a report and I'll be visa. The minister doesn't call a director and I'll be visa. This for some reason he says Fanubra and I'm visa one or two things. But he's expecting you to go and do your homework and come and explain to him why this or why this. The same thing. President Yambibi or Prime Minister. Anything money, the president calls a minister. Well, unless you because only a simbra. And now, okay, Mr. President, me the Beba because me person no only na no hana bibi. Other than that, is a minister they call because now you're swafo in charge of lands. Into all see or fair wire then. Wow, it's the same thing that happens. Inspectors no come mine where bibi go mine manager no so. And the manager should be certified. So, for example, you can be a mine manager for like 20 years. So, only underground certification. You cannot be underground. Wow.
So, even underground.
So, the certification for underground is different from surface. But normally, underground, you bet me a surface there. Until once somebody who has mine manager certificate surface, you know, he has not got underground. We will not allow him to be the operator of the underground mine. Or be a oil underground, or bet me running surface. Because surface is more complicated.
Wow.
One thing. So it has its own rules. Until later on, may pet time to come also explain the certification. So you might find a young guy from Newman, as manager, mine engineer, young guy, and then now you after some number of years, the company will have to present you to Minerals Commission for the examination. Wow. Both tier and playing for fairly.
Hey,
into Sao Bana or running goldfields, you know. But funny mamopa. Wow, yes. And you have to satisfy them. So that is it. So the office. So the
office quickly. You run it through for a
office now. Eba, we no so no. Any baby any.
Baby any.
Na some capture say we commission. It is not Akimoda. So this is baby any. On say me capture the commission Akimoda on the 5th of June. I told you that this will be our model office. Yeah, we into omo pra and all those things. Now, baby any nanka say minister call commission this week. Say me capture say last week of June. But something has cropped up. Or why busy or that some other things, you know, we'll commission it maybe next week and not the other week.
After Adan?
No, after Achimodan. This is baby.
We are baby now.
That is it. Nice. Model office. I'll tell you something interesting about baby. Wow,
Minerals Commission.
Landscaping. Everything. Oberhun roads. I know so what roadside. You want to say landscaping or the roadside? No, you see, say Bibiani model, Akimoda model. Once more painting. The back home be do everything. So you see, they are painting, getting everything ready.
Yeah,
it's ready. Now I'll tell you something about this district.
Bibiani.
This is the what do you call it? Bibiani and Yanso Bekwai. Bibiani and Yanso Bekwai. Wow. Bibiani and Hanso Bekwai is a tertiary area in Western North. Oh my, can you believe, sir? There are 3 huge mines here.
Bibiani.
Ghana bauxite, which has been around since 1940s, over 80 years, is in this district. Then, Bibiani mine is just about 10 minutes from our office. 10 minutes.
The mine?
Yes. Bebiani Krumankasa, there's a mine there. Both surface and underground. For now, they are doing surface. They are trying to. Hey, on the way outside.
Yeah.
Intino, my catch on say, Omo do the other side. Or my client said no, they should bring it down and fence the other side. No more fence. I mean, person in Ponchibia Barberry. Wow, so frontage in it. One say, Akimodo Adian, no fine pa. So that is it. Though that side that is red number painting black. So this is Bebiani. And then the other third mine is Chirano, which is about 30 kilometers south of Bebiani. So in Bebiani alone, you have 2 big operations for gold. Chirano Gold Mines owned by Asante. It's Asante Gold, Chirano Limited. They have Asante Gold, Bebiani. That's town Wankasa proper. They have Ghana bauxite. All these 3 mines are within the same district. You understand that? Is this something you regulate? You sit in Accra and regulate? Debbie. Wow. Into inspectors in so the MP there, he doesn't joke with me. Wow. No, can't. Hey, Martin. Now, when you send me district, me who see 3 mines. I'm talking about Honorable Alfred Obin. Okay, they be so when we get the date finally after conferring with Ojia Hoho, I will also have to inform the MP, and then during the commission we'll come and talk about it. So at least the BNI Anya Adie Fata, the district has got something to reflect the fact that almost 3 big mines, means some big ones. Okay, so this is one. Apart from that, into inspectors in Bakuguha. Okay, that is it.
I see.
Yes.
So Bebiani Uba Asempa extra had my page. Office in one
landscaping. Before that, na in Kofowa, the capitals be. So we asked them to move away. So that is it.
Okay, so Chief, Yembra back to your conversation.
Look at how green the grass is.
Yes. Yembra back to your conversation now. Then we see how best we can maybe respond to some of the challenges. Sometimes I'm tempted to let the people also ask questions because time to ask questions. And I'm happy that our discussion is centered around these issues about forestry, forest reserves, and Ure Muama Nemebia one. Chief, our forests and all these matters of amount for room, Ekoye Juma, amount for room, Ekoye Juma, amount for room, Ekoye Juma. And what's something to say?
Omahini, maybe believe it pass. In comfort baby need information. Let me say this. You are free to take a standing position. Say one. Oh dear. Umpini say we should do any mining in forest reserve. I mean, it's like, let me put it this way. You know this abortion debate. When say for some religious and other reasons, no matter even the cause of the winner.
Pregnancy.
No, don't do abortion. Obi okra this 16 years I said you are raping don't even allow. Wow, I can understand when some people, no matter what you tell them, even if after the explanation it makes sense to them now, they will still stand by the fact that we shouldn't do it. Okay? But some more are probably first, because you see, I always believe that people should get the right information before they start getting judgmental. So this is the information I got from Forestry Commission. It's important people know. I got that education today. So almost 266 forest reserves in Ghana.
266.
And 266 forest reserves. 266 forest reserves. Most of them were created in 1927, and they were created under Forest Act of 1927. And now we proposed forest reserves of 22.
Proposed.
That is some areas are my earmark is almost bare forest. Into the boom, my infant is 288. Wow. I didn't know, sir, there's a difference between forest reserves and wildlife protected areas. Into almost forest reserve, where a forestry commission, many penny in Kasai, almost forest reserves in here 288, 266, and 22. And then your wildlife protected areas 21.
Wildlife
protected areas 21. Breakdown in here. National Park 7.
They say Mole National Park instead.
Yes, Mole National Park, Kakum. So you see, that means Kakum National Park and your forest reserve.
But ordinarily, maybe
if you don't have this education, you just say anything. Into Kakum National Park, Kakum and your forest reserve. We share forest for we are on that's why I forwarded it to you. Almost a national park, national park, or 7. Into Kakum wildlife protected area. Mole, which is by far the biggest national park and your forest reserve. And here was 6 resource reserves. So almost say when your mom example, almost say Shy Hills, Shy Hills, Interior Forest Reserve. They mentioned that to me. And then almost 2 wildlife sanctuaries. And almost 1 street nature reserve. Wow. But almost fair baby was Shanti almost fair no Kojai. They said that one is street nature reserve. And here 1. In here wetlands, bear 5. Okay? Now, the first before culture means the 21 wildlife protected areas, whether it's Kojai, let me see the proper examples, normal label. So, for instance, national parks near Mole, Dija, Bia, Chabobo, and Nini, Sushin, and Akakum.
These are all national parks.
These are national parks. There are about 7. And then you have wildlife sanctuaries, Owabi and Bomfobri. And then 1 street nature reserve established at Kojai, primarily for scientific purpose. Now, the forestry garden was totally protected. So that means that there 21 way, they will never allow it.
The wildlife protected area.
Yes, that's what they told me. So that means Uba Minas Commission and the maps in Yama and Uba FBB mining cadastre. You are superimposed on our system.
Okay, so you say with this, no? There's a some cadastre no be the banner of follow.
No, and one say I dare when you are the mind our system into banner the map banner plot because no where Kakum into Yampine. Wow,
we're national park.
We're national park. We're Yampine. Don't Papa no kwa catcher me say Kojai. Even if one leave a tougher man pass by that place, the forestry guys are well armed and put the hand. So under you see, you are getting education now. Into Kasa, show Kasa Muye. Well, you first, and then you make a decision as to what to do. So that is it. Now, into the mining that is taking place in the forest reserves. And yet, now, maybe some forest, see the 266, it is 38 documented that some kind of illegal activities have taken place.
Out of the 266.
Out of the 266. 38. And now more examples. So, Bibia Koso. Now, let's come. So, you should understand this first. So, now let's come to now the mining forest reserve. I want you to understand, sir, because maybe it's almost 38, you know. Whatever they documented or that has gone on there, illegal. That means the Makwain illegal.
The 38.
Yes. And see, what I want you to understand is that mining, there's lawful mining across the forest reserve, proper, like Ufa Ghana bauxite, Awaso, forest, 1940s. Ufa Newmont Achima, forest. Chirano, part is forest. And the conditions are Newmont, you see, and the best is that it be a better documentary. And I've told the parliamentarians in the Committee of Lands and Natural Resources in myself, Newmont, no before and after. In this day of camera and digitization, in BBR, you do quite a best journalist for no. So I go and see how it can be, and only a lawful properly done into
in the forest.
Yes, so yeah, 1940 bauxite, 1940s. So bauxite mining has been going on in the forest over 80 years now. Yet, near one, Abrofun started here.
Then the premise for our conversation is wrong.
See, yes, that's why we're comedies. I feel here, and I'll bring forest for no. I'll bring them next week. I'm not here. I'll bring them. Now, more education. More education. Wow. So you go to a place, like for example, Newmont, the only baby into say 5 kilometers, mining 5 kilometers. You have to plant 3 times that. You see, my yesanya mawin into yet din kofobe ko na munkun then the way I come and show you what do you call it
these pictures
of Akima down the beginning of we need to show you that it can be done properly. Wow.
So in the forest it's agreed that proper mining can be done.
Proper mining can be done. Now let me come to my view. Where my personal view. I've been in the mining space for about 20 years. The question you want to ask, so Ekase, there's no law which says that you cannot mine forest reserve.
Ekase.
And now, Ube mining forest, just a forest in Makwain. And they've said that 21 a no-go area. There's no way I will be able to acquire mining or Kakum. And now, Kujai, that street nature reserve. It is not possible. Son of Mukayo. And that is it. I don't know, Papa no say, Martin, even if one leaf falls on the ground, you can't touch it. Wow. For scientific purpose. So, Newmont, Achim, Chirano, Ni, Awasono is under very strict conditions. Very strict conditions. So that 38 thing, you can, and we galamsey or illegal activities. Maybe what Ghana for be worried about is over. I don't know much on it happened. Problem be one, and then you say differently. Do you understand?
That's a different matter.
That is a question Ghanaians want you to answer. Because then that was why it was set up. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you are keeping, if like police, if a whole lot of things are going on, they have to ask you, I don't know, crime is so high, they've come to report So I'm not here to defend any illegality. I want you to understand that. But Ghana forward every right to say that what happened in the 38, and then Emma 38 in see and the money resources, and now you understand those things. Those are the things that we need answers on. Because me to me, forest reserve. Yeah, inspectors no they can only enter areas where mining is taking place lawfully, like Ebia Newmont Achim, Chirano, and now Awaso.
The illegal place is not based.
No, say illegal. No, it's illegal. Yeah, man, you know, so nobody can enter a mine without the permission of Minerals Commission. If you are not from Geological Survey, you are not from EPA, and not only Minerals Commission officer, you can. You want to be around mine. You need the permission of Minerals Commission. Now, can you just wake up and walk into cardio center? In Titi Hana, people get baby stolen and things. Even all over, even Abroche cry and all those things. Do you just get up and go into cardio? Now, sometimes in Kofoko hospital, I do baby, they can tell that, Jinaha, don't, you cannot go beyond this point. It's the same thing. Nobody can enter any mine unless you're a worker there. Apart from being a worker there, those who have unfettered access, Minerals Commission, EPA, Ghana geological survey, water resources. Wow, water resources. And that even me ministry this is me arrange.
So as journalists, how do we get to
you have to come to Minerals Commission and arrange with me.
Hey.
Even if they are bringing their expatriates and even the Newmont, the whole world MD. Newmont, the whole world MD, and I go for the whole world MD. Newmont MD now or New York, or Buffalo visitor, or bet me about Accra, Abehumi, and our minister. But person running, or person called Newmont mine now watching, and Kenyans just on your permission from Minerals Commission. Into at least 2 weeks. So yeah, MD for America, or come mine visit a day or two. Or the pass or the DB have an approve it. MD of overall Newmont boss in New York.
Freedom Valley.
So you cannot just ordinarily go. Sounds me, I cannot just enter Shires just like that. I need to be permitted by the forestry officials. It may be as a tourist and now approve it. So you cannot just enter a gold mine. It doesn't work that way. The question is this: Ubisamia, me personally. Now let me tell you my personal view, not government. Should we mine in forests?
Hold on, baby.
If you beside me, I will say yes under certain conditions.
Yes.
Under certain conditions. To Bunami explaining topic we it will be the whole of July. So for example, the type of thing that is happening in Newmont, Achim, Ghana bauxite, before I was born, or Chirano, is being done straightly. You see, these people go to see it. It should be permitted. But then we should stop pretending as if we are ostrich. And now you name the cause and emotions. The emotions here wow. Last say a football match, you could lose, dissolve the whole team.
Dissolve it.
That kind of thing. This is what I think we should do as a nation. For example, Mitiapa na Mikacho say there are no minerals in the forest. Me dadao.
Ebitao.
Too much.
Hi.
Too much.
It is here too.
And yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. Okay. What we have not done as a nation, you say, maybe the time has come now because it's in some day, you know, I say crime and certain things is going on, and then government changes the rules. And so now I'm saying this is illegal. Now we are there. It's in the course of governance now problems, but now I saw either with new policies or you change the law. Do you understand that? So this is what we should be doing. I think, fortunately, on India, Ghana Geological Survey, we should map all our forests. Proper survey. Just listen. Get education first. And if you still disagree, I'm okay. Well, you know, abortion is allowed under certain conditions where the child is raped. If it is danger, it's a danger to the health of the mother. Ghana is allowed. But Obi Okra or Felice Aquara 1 year 6 years, I'm not best raping Ukraine. No, Manu. In spite of the fact that what he says, rape in Kofana Jana Kobe bastard. That is his or her position. That kind of thing me I respect it. Until recently, say Ireland, need Chile or so, strong Catholic nation. They don't allow divorce. Okay. That is it. For life. I think they've changed the rules now, whatever. There are some countries about one crime. I think Australia. And Chile also. I don't know whether Chile has changed. Some vote by force. Wow, in some countries you can't stay away. So that is it. So I think, yen to your boase and do a serious survey of all our forests. Because there is some old data from British time up to now. You see, okay, ya mapu forest in India by geological survey. Maybe out of the 266, 50 at Tahoe. 50 at Tahoe. Into as Ghanaians, as a nation, these 50, what do we do?
That's after the geological
after geological survey, I have proper assessment. Say no. 50 and now 60. If the mama use 50 for the sake of argument. These 50 have a lot of minerals in huge quantities. then as a nation, well, Switzerland be beyond the call referendum. I said decided what do we do with the 50? And this is what I personally think. So I said, okay, after the 50, ABA or minority, ABA out of the 50, no, 20 headwaters of water bodies or rivers. And we can say headwaters of water bodies. We can say what you the rivers that give us, these are dams and things, take their sources. We can say these are their headwaters. Baby, in so no free bar, if you are doing so, baby, free bar. Into no better man decides, oh, be out of the 59 minerals, baby, no, 20, no, sources of water bodies. Into no, any, into any film. Do you understand that? Now, ABI, because this one's totally protected for XY reasons. Totally protected for XY reasons. That is it. Then we can now say, okay, say Accra 30. These are figures I'm using for explanation. Accra 30, you can also say, okay, 30 way. There was some species ni nyama bi owa. Uko tatia. It is forever neko. Like uko me kaipa Australia, me ko starting me PG, you know, that I was there. The Great Barrier Reef. Environmentalists fought against licensing of coal mine. It took about 10 or so years and some EPA permit. I'm talking about Carmichael coal mine. No see anti bini nyama bi wo until they have to bring some kind of reporter to protect them. We can also do the same thing and say, oh, there are certain types of species now, very rare now. A creative BB for the environment, you know. I have no sign.
This all after the geological study.
Yes, and that's what we have not done. We have not done all those assessments yet because the original idea is not said, oh, we should be looking at mining. But then we have been mining forest since 1940, Ghana bauxite. Don't let us behave as if this thing just started. But illegalities, you know, have become rampant for some years now. So I want you to separate, maybe public unity as here. Let us separate lawful mining forest reserve, okay, which takes place under all the protocols, and there are very good examples to show. New montage, and illegalities. But that is not to say, if Ghanaians decide, say, even lawful one, fine. That is like Switzerland, BBIC and call referendum. If Ghanaians decide, let's say, no, even the lawful one, the Ayamadi, no. That's also fine. If that's what Ghanaians want, why not? Okay, so I am confusing you, man. So that is how the thing is. Until we 20, so these 20 headwaters of water bodies, so we can't go there. The other 10, if there are some rare species being, let's preserve it. Maybe I know one say protocols we or World Heritage BB. So this one too, okay, well, but yet.
It's left to 20.
Then the question now is this: what if the mineral is not located in an area which is headwaters of water bodies, and yet baby species and now some special baby wow, but we don't go near underground deep. And Uncle Johannesburg, which waters run? Oh, yeah, underground. I almost see ice scrapers in there. They used to mine there years. And then they stop after a while and all those things. And Zamazama for Okoyom Galam say, oh, Omo Diani, disused shaft. Shaft now moon use Zubio and Omoko and Omoya Alala. You understand? So, I'm asking this question. After the mapping, you realize that you have about a kilometer deep of gold. The only way you can get there is to sink a shaft, maybe half the size of Joy FM. And now maybe 2-3 times the size of this studio. Okay, you sink, go and take the rock, and then maybe take it outside the forest, because who process you are maybe chemicals, leaves new. So you go for it underground, but still the processing is killing the forest. That one, that's my personal view. Okay, say for example, protected area and headwaters, underground. Small shaft sink like this. So you are not touching the surface. It is still protected. So trees that are 100 years, 50 years are still there. sink a shaft and a decline. Then they go inside, they go and bring it. Blast underground, go 1 kilometer. Then you haul it to the surface, take it outside the reserves, now process it. Okay, you don't disturb the forest. The question is, why shouldn't we allow that kind of thing if there are billions down there? It is a policy decision, for example, that as a nation we can decide. So say underground, touch it quiet now forest now. Okay, people should understand these various scenarios. And son, I started wholesale condemnation. But illegal, no dear, we have the Ghanaians need to be told. Say, I don't know what trans in Ankovoye Galamsey or forest.
They got 266.
I don't mean for us.
38
yes,
or 33.
Yes, mean for us. Yeah. Wow, and I always want to link it to this small scale thing. Omayene, first CEO of Minerals Commission, Kofi Ansa. That time now, reforms now. We had the opportunities of running the mines ourselves. Takwa, when we say Takwa Presiani, Dunka Continental, Nyane Ghana for the we ran it down like Ghana was anyway, any atom. Inti reforms in starting and the World Bank, IMF, ni Kusibuche Mutam say, now Mutitiana Mugo, the good Togo. Mugo, good Diamond, good Togo. Allow the small scale people to do it properly. And they pass small scale gold law, 1989 or so. Small scale gold law. This is a friend. Small scale gold law. Wow. That I now brought chair of Minerals Commission is Akila Pastor or TRC. Kofi Ansa will see you. So then the argument was that baby office near Momun lines and near. So then or down office and Mrs. our 1 room binu to Krasi and then Boga. Well, not 5 regions. Asante, Eastern, Central, Western, and Upper East, near Shati small, and a Kofi and some time, no TRC, great man, almost suggested so. Yen cover some areas, beer, yen from block out areas. Now a buying Pesica 89 new, yen find majological survey, like the way I'm suggesting now. Now yen shame. Wow, yen from mass small scale. Yen tie, we didn't listen. Wow, almost you idea. There be geological investigation. 5%. It started from running time. 5% chance of success. And a guinea worm, and a school, and I say hospital. So we didn't take it serious. Then, from your transit for 30 years, 30 years, 5 regions, 50,000, and then technology. Amaya Hunyansa said they now be a record you. And now be wow, low. In fact, recording Amaya who said now blacks they are soft power of America. Near him. But now you see these police brutalities in America. Wow. You say, but for these videos and these things, this is what they've been doing to us. You see these police brutalities. Blacks. Now Cassie of phone you when comfort to me record the guy now police didn't need China concept and saying BB Brown another that kind of thing and your video and can nobody will know. Wow, and as you see all these instances almost body cam and all those things. So we sat down now low grades are and our areas are you'll be unpaid and then because of technology you bet me money. Once operations we all years ago your doctors no to me yet. Are you aware?
Yeah.
But now technology has made it possible.
Yeah.
These days, I'm told some areas they don't even have to cut you again. You know, I said the Bibeshe, or so, and I mean, technology has changed everything. That's how you can do blood tests in your room, right? And find out whether you have malaria. Yes. So because of that, now Adena moving from 5 to 13 regions, 3 million people in small scale mining. Now called North for here, a bit is a Savannah region, maybe I'm a miss of free, no, be underground, a bit more soil them and all those, and we allow. And you read my lips. 30 years to come, 20 years after, if you are not manya be 80, be now also tears who can be 90 beer. Then say, Mr. You can say 30 years ago, who can say, yeah, mapping, the ones we can allow, the ones we shouldn't allow. So for me, the first box to take is that baby are good in here underground. Forest reserve. We should allow it. and don't do processing there. You don't touch the surface.
Okay.
But if Ghanaians say that, you're underground, you're 100 kilometers deep, we don't want it.
That's
Asempa. Wow. So this basic education is needed first.
Very, very.
But the 38, for example, that were documented as being illegal or being attacked from illegal mine. As whether a Kosumbium or Maja or whatever now. It is for the forestry people to come and tell you. So mine and there day one.
Yeah.
By the end of June, then people will be properly informed and say, okay, and now wait, let's allow it.
Yeah.
As to whether you shouldn't allow it, it is for Ghanaians to decide.
Once we have options, I watch after.
Options, but still, I'll be better. I can just say, hey, a deep-seated crowd, don't allow it. Just like the abortion thing, the person has been raped, 16-year-old girl by armed robbers, still. You understand that? Even though someone will say, but those are the things that the law allows you to abort.
We have to end up.
Yes.
But just two quick. Somebody wants to know. Say how. Please don't mind, ask him mining regulations. How much should be a minimum amount for a miner?
Oh, those are the things that I'll revisit.
Okay.
So let Picardo Steve know that, look, I'll come back to come and explain. Some things I'll keep repeating, like what does it take to get a license? Small scale and large scale. Mesa Babio. Some of the areas will repeat them.
Okay.
Thank
you. Mr. Ayisi, thank you so much.
Ekusi saying on Asempa FM 94.7. Ekusi saying on Asempa FM 94.7.